Today, on the VinceEverettEllison show, we're going to talk about a social contagion going through America. It's called the trans movement. Yeah, it's becoming a bit more of a problem. We're going to talk about it today on the VinceEverettEllison show.
Why are you wearing a horse head in my courtroom?
This is how I identify myself.
Did you just say that you're a horse?
Yes, Your Honor. I am here suing this lady for discrimination.
Okay, this lady here is here as a representative for Mango Park. So you're saying you're suing Mango Park for discrimination?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how is Mango Park discriminating against you, sir?
Well, Your Honor, they refused to give me the proper identification.
It's a costume.
That is quite aggressive statement, Your Honor.
All right. What's the issue with your driver's license?
Well, when I went in to get the identification, they requested that I remove my head.
I wasn't aware of the fact that horses could drive.
Oh.
I need you to be stable. Don't. This case is dismissed, sir. Now, what I'm going to recommend, sir.
All right, let's get this thing started. You know, I've been told all of my life, when people tell you who they are, you need to believe them. Stop trying to explain it away. They've told us years ago that they're coming for our children. And we didn't believe them. I bet you believe them now.
As we celebrate Pride and the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. So to those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you. You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. You can keep him from disco. Warn about San Francisco. Make him wear pleated pants, we don't care. We'll convert your children. We'll make them tolerant and fair.
At first I didn't get why you'd be so scared of us turning your children into accepting, caring people, but I see now why you'd have a problem with that.
Just like you worried, they'll change their group of friends. You won't approve of where they go at night to protests. Oh, and you'll be disgusted so gross when they start finding things online that you've kept far from their sight.
Like information.
Guess what? You'll still be alright. We'll convert your children, yes we will.
Reaching one and all, there's really no escaping it.
'Cause even grandma likes RuPaul.
And the world's getting kinder. Gen Z's gayer than Grindr.
Learn to love, learn to vogue, face your fate. We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them.
We're coming for your children.
Just recently, there was this mass shooting last week of this young person up in Minneapolis. And I don't try to be cruel to people. Really, I'm just confused a lot about this whole trans movement thing. I don't know the verbiage, but I think that this was a biological man who said he was a woman. And we're finding that most of these mass shootings that are happening now are occurring by these young people who years ago didn't really exist in American society. They just didn't exist. They were so minuscule that no one even knew one. They were usually in the big cities. They were in San Francisco. They were in New York. But small towns and villages and just average places, it was something that you heard about, but you just didn't know anything about because the people just really didn't exist. That's how rare it was. And now there is an explosion of it. And these quote-unquote non-binary or trans people are making up the majority of the mass killings in America, being such a small part of the population. They say that right now, trans non-binary people that are born biological males but say they're women, they make up 0.69% of all the mass shootings. Well, of their population, 0.79% of them are involved in mass shootings of people over 4. So of their population group, 0.79% of them are involved in mass shootings of people over 4 or more. Of non-binary biological people that say they're female is 0.667 of their population group. The one next to it are Asian males, 0.48%, and then black men are below it, and black men are at 0.198%. Now, you know if you're more violent than black men in America, you got a problem. So black men at 0.198, and non-binary trans people that were born male are at 0.769. That's like almost like 4 or 5 times more. There's a problem here, people. And most of the time it has to do with this. You have people that are going through problems. They are having delusions. They are men that believe they're women, or they're women that believe they're men. And then what you have are doctors that are telling you have to affirm these people and tell them that their delusions are real. And then on top of that, you give these people drugs and you're telling them that anybody that doesn't verify your delusion is your enemy. And that has caused these people who are drugged out and have mental problems anyway to go out and kill people. And it's being done on a serious level, to a point where it's gotten extraordinarily dangerous in America now. And these children need help. And then this young man killed himself. It's too much of it now. He went to a church and he killed children. And these churches and these children, they seem to be specifically drawn to them. How did we get here? Well, again, we got to put all of this down at the feet of our old friends, the Democratic Party, the evilest institution in the history of the world. What happened? We had this Supreme Court case, Obergefell versus Hodges, and they said gay marriage is legal. Well, for years they had been fighting for gay marriage in America. I mean, like for decades. And after they got Obergefell, they said, well, what do we do now? They said, let's go into the trans community. Let's take our organizational skills and our mechanism that had fought so hard for the trans community, and now let's turn it toward, well, it fought so hard for the gay community and for gay marriage, and now let's turn that to the trans community. And they did. And they jumped in with both feet with Barack Obama and the Democrats stone cold behind them. They took all that money that they'd used to press the gay rights community, and now they've used it to press the trans community, and everybody jumped in. First thing they did was got Barack Obama and Obamacare to say that if you got a sex change operation, they would pay for it. Now, see, that had been a problem for a very long time, which showed you that this wasn't real. Beforehand, if you had to come out of your own pocket to pay for this, you just remained a man or you just remained a woman and you dealt with it. Now, all of a sudden, Barack Obama and his cats come out and say, hey, man, yeah. If a guy says he's trans and it costs $100,000 to give him a transgender operation, we'll pay for it, and then we'll pay for his hormones and her hormones for the rest of their lives. And guess what happens, y'all? If you want more of something, let it be subsidized by the government. See, taxes destroy things, but when you subsidize something, you get more of it. The ability to tax is the ability to destroy. But when you subsidize something, you get more of it. Don't forget that. So the federal government started subsidizing sex change operations. And guess what happened? They exploded. They started subsidizing hormone treatments. Guess what? They exploded. They mandated that all insurance companies also cover it. And so you had psychiatrists and you had doctors. Matt Walsh showed this a doctor at Vanderbilt doing a little conference on how much money they can get paid by giving transgender operations to children. The earlier you catch them, the more money you can make because they'll be taking hormones for the next 40, 50, 60, 70 years, and they'll be paid for.
A doctor was caught on video bragging about the amount of money the procedures rake into the clinic. Video also captured staff members being threatened because they objected to participating in the transgender treatments. Heather Sells brings us the details.
Not only is Governor Bill Lee calling for a state investigation into the clinic's medical practices, Southern Baptists are citing religious freedom issues after chilling videos uncovered and released by commentator Matt Walsh.
If you don't want to do this kind of work, don't work at Vanderbilt.
One video shows Dr. Ellen Clayton telling employees that it is, quote, problematic when they object to providing transgender care. Those treatments include hormones, puberty blockers, and surgery.
Saying that you're not going to do something because of your conscientious, because of your religious beliefs, is not without consequences, and it should not be without consequences.
Within hours, Brent Leatherwood, president of the Southern Baptist Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission, blasted the clinic. He accused it of turning children into, quote, pawns of culture war experimentation. And he expressed equal concern about those of faith who object. Southern Baptist President Bart Barber also weighed in, calling transgender treatments for children frightening. And former Baptist President J.D. Greer called the revelations horrendous. The videos also show financial incentives, as one doctor gushed about how much the procedures bring in.
It's a lot of money. These surgeries make a lot of money. So females...
Every one of these children you can get early. See, they're not going to get a dude like me. They want to get children. Consequently, what's happened? The amount of children in the United States of America, especially young girls, who have said that they are transgender has gone up 1,000 times. And they use the internet and social media to force this stuff on children during the time in their life when they're very, very vulnerable. Bloody jokers a little down, man. During the time of their life when little girls especially are, they're going through puberty and their bodies are changing and they're confused and, teenage boys have it hard, but teenage girls really have it hard. And they take this as an opportunity to come in and confuse them more. I mean, little girl, she's getting breasts, she's getting pubic hair, she's starting her cycle. All kind of weird things are happening to her. And because many of them don't have their fathers at home to sit there and and help them through this. And their mothers are busy. They turn to social media. They don't have brothers and sisters. They're not working in the fields. So they got a lot of idle time to sit back. And then they have these little groups, and this social contagion sits in. Now, what is a social contagion? These things have happened in history. When a trend starts and people start becoming part of the trend in order to be accepted, and also from fear of being ostracized. The simplest social contagion that we've all seen is if you're sitting in an audience and somebody is doing a speech and people start clapping, everybody else starts clapping right when they hit the first clap. We just start. It's if you're in a movie and somebody starts laughing, everybody else starts laughing afterward. It's a small concept of it. Larger concepts of it and examples of it are the BLM riots. When for about 4 or 5 months we saw everything burning in America and we were all just amazed at it. In his history, one of the greatest social contagions was the Salem witch trials. It's a great movie about that called The Crucible, where they showed these young girls, all of them in this little clique together, and on some weird social cue, they would all fall out and they would all scream and they'd all point at somebody and say, "The witch, the witch, the witch." The civil rights movement was like a social contagion. People marching and raising hell and burning up stuff. Riots, social contagion. The Me Too movement was one, where everybody was charging men with sexual assault. I mean, guys that thought they were cool with women, all of a sudden they were saying, "Holy, I'm sorry." Made everybody afraid, made men even afraid to even touch their wives. And COVID was a serious social contagion. Man, people were crazy with COVID. I mean, it was like, of all the social contagions I think I remember, BLM and COVID was probably the greatest examples of a social contagion. And now you have this trans movement. What makes the trans movement more dangerous? These other social movements, they kind of flamed out. But the trans movement is dangerous because there's a money component behind it. And there's also a political component behind it. And there's also a demonic, destructive component behind it. There are a lot of things that are pushing this quote-unquote movement. And then we caught on to it too late because social media, for a very long time, they would censor you if you said anything against it. This is why Elon Musk took over Twitter and named it X. They got hold to Elon's oldest son and transitioned him. And by the time Elon found out what was going on, it was too late. And Elon understood. He said, if they can get my child, oh my goodness, nobody else has a chance. And he saw that they were actually censoring people on X who had decided to come out and warn America and the world about what these Frankensteins were doing. And this is why you saw that big rigmarole when he finally took over X. He was going to say, no, I'm going to let people talk about this. And when he did it, others had to do it. And this is why I'm able to talk about this now, because YouTube was doing the same thing for a while. You couldn't come out and say anything. No, they would ban you. They'd block you like they were doing during COVID. It's a crazy time in American history, man. When you got to, and like we tell them, debate the issue. If you're right, debate it. They know they couldn't win the debate like they can't now. And now you have a bunch of children, and this detransitioning movement is out now, where they've taken children who were at one time confused, and now these children are coming out warning people, telling them, don't do this to your child. These dirty-ass psychiatrists come up to a parent and give a parent a chance. You can either have a transition child or a dead child. And make that parent sign off on castrating their son or giving double mastectomies to their daughter. So Trump comes in, and he tries to stop this. And guess who his number one enemy is? You got it, the Democratic Party. Black Democrats more than anything. And now you got black preachers jumping on that side of it, trying to tell people that it's all right, that God made a mistake. That when he made you a man, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. When he made you a girl, he didn't know what he was doing. God was tripping. They're telling you that you're an animal. You don't have the ability to conform. To look at your gender roles and say, I'm a girl, this is how a girl's supposed to act. I'm a boy, this is how a boy's supposed to act. Instead, they give you drugs. To try to help you to conform to whatever it is you say you are, not what you are. They worked on the Human Genome Project to see if they could find some type of gay gene, a trans gene. They can't find it. It is all in your head. And now they have these children out here killing people. Because instead of telling that father, you need to take that boy and you need to spend more time with your son. You need to discipline your son. You need to take him to church. And it don't need to start when he's 15. It needs to start when he's born. They've taken these families and they've separated them, and they've taken the mother and the father away, and now the devil has crept in. It causes chaos. God rules in order. Satan rules in chaos. Wherever you find chaos, you find the devil. You go down into the ghettos of America. Wherever you see trash and graffiti and cigarette butts and needles on the ground, wherever you see that chaos, you see nothing but evil. And we all know when you get in a good part of town, no trash on the ground, people walk around acting like they have sense. People walk, and it got nothing to do with color. Black, white, Asian, Jew, walking together on the street, sightseeing, having a good time, staying in the hotels together. Nobody bothering anybody. Everybody getting along. Chaos. It's where the devil rules. Confusion. It's where he lives. And that's all this is. And I know what some of you said, well, what about the straight people that go out there and kill people? Didn't I just tell you that a non-binary biological male is 4 times more likely to do a mass shooting than a black man? That a non-binary biological female is 4 times more likely to do a mass shooting than a black male. This is a female, man. It is something wrong here. Why does the left want this? Tell you why. There are a lot of weirdos on the left. The Priskers, the Disneys, a lot of these very rich families who have a lot of money and they believe in this foolishness. You have some pharmaceutical companies that make a lot of money selling these drugs, and they want this to continue. They don't care that almost 70% of all trans black men in these cities have HIV. They don't care. You know why? Because they got them both ways. They get them hormones for the trans thing, and then they'll give them the HIV medication for the HIV thing. They're making money hand over fist on these brothers. Hell, he trans, and he got HIV? And the government paying for all of it? Brothers and sisters, this is a shame. You know, I was watching the news. I live here in Virginia. We have this black lady, the lieutenant governor, her name is Winsome Sears. And she's going against this white liberal Democrat by the name of Abigail Spanberger. Winsome is a conservative. She's a Republican. And up in Loudoun County, Virginia, where it's very liberal, they're having a problem. Well, it's not a problem, but they're having a discussion, a debate about the bathroom thing again. And of course, Loudoun County is controlled by Democrats, and they want boys to be able to go in girls' restrooms. That's freaky, man. Anyway. So Winston Sears goes up there to speak about this at the school board meeting. And it's this white liberal, white Democrat. He's got a sign up. The sign says, hey, Winston, if trans can't share your bathroom, then blacks can't share my water fountain. If trans can't share your bathroom, then blacks can't share my water fountain. Now listen to me. Y'all have heard me say this before. I don't give a damn about drinking nobody's water. As long as the water is good, I don't care about color on it. I want to drink from your water fountain. But I don't care. I want to drink. That's not the part that's offensive. The part that's offensive to me is that they compare my color to being trans. Right? Like I can walk up and get on Obamacare and change the color of my skin. I mean, I wouldn't if I could. But this is how these ignorant people see us. This is how these white liberals see us. They say that we're to be tolerated. They compare letting a man go in and watch a woman use the bathroom to them allowing me to drink at the same water fountain that they drink from. That's so. You see how they see you? And you accept this type of disrespect from these people? This is why I tell them, I don't want nothing you got. It's no big deal to me. I'm not fighting to drink from the same water fountain as you. If you don't want me to drink from your water fountain, please let me know. I'll bring a water jug with me to keep from having to do it. But to fight to drink from it, never me. Never me. Jackie Robinson playing baseball for the Dodgers. And Jackie Robinson was a smart man. He graduated college from UCLA. Great athlete that played in the Negro Leagues. He understood where he was and understood what was going on. And Jackie Robinson was no punk. He had been court-martialed because he wouldn't give up his seat to a white man when he was in the Army. They had gone down into Mississippi or Alabama, and white man told him to get up. He said, hey, no, there's a problem. So they court-martialed him. He won. So Jackie Robinson was that guy. And so he was playing with the Dodgers his rookie year, and Jackie Robinson was slapping home runs all over the league, and he was a player. And the white players found, and they noticed that Jackie Robinson would wait out in the dugout while they showered. He'd be back there dirty, and he'd be sweaty, and he'd sit back there, and he'd just wait for them to finish. And when they finish showering, he'd go shower. And guess what happened? Finally, after a few weeks of this, contingency of white guys came from the team, and they went to the dugout and said, Jackie, why aren't you showering with us? And Jackie Robinson came and gave him a look like, are you really asking me that question? And they gave Jackie an invitation. Jackie, come shower with us. And Jackie said, and they said, Jackie, you know what we mean. Come shower. And Jackie said, no, that's okay. And they said, and they begged him. And Jackie Robinson came and showered, and he became part of the team. But you see what Jackie Robinson did? Waited to be asked. He didn't try to press himself on anybody. That's why he's a legend. That's why the men respected him. I don't want to be anywhere that I am not wanted by anyone. It's called stalking. So this little sign that this woman held up, I understand how you feel about it. Believe me, though, it's not about me drinking from some white Democrat racist water fountain. It's about the fact that she's got the nerve to compare me to a person that has a mental condition. And you guys accept it. The trans community It's not a community. It's not a community to be marginalized. It's not a community to be disrespected. It's not a community to be beaten or ill-used. These are people who have a dysphoria. And I think the worst thing you can do for a person that has a problem is to give in to their problem and enable them. I'm not going to buy your alcohol for you. I'm not going to buy your dope for you. I'm not going to take you to the casino. I'm not going to buy you porn to watch. And I'm not going to buy you dresses and makeup and high heels if you're a man. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be the one friend or one family member that's going to always tell you the truth. I was born this way. Well, you can be born again. It caused me anxiety. Hell, we all have anxiety. Control yourself. I'm not going to allow you to walk around here drugging yourself up, get to a point where you can't control your emotions and you go out and shit out, killing people. They're going to look at this time in American history and they're going to look at it and they're going to look at us as Neanderthals. They're going to look at us like they looked at us during Jim Crow. During the time we were giving people shock therapy. What we've done to these young people who need trouble, who are in trouble and need help. How these evil Frankensteins are taking advantage of them and giving them drugs and cut off their body parts. The people they've killed, the people they've hurt. And it all comes from this evil institution. Cabal of perverts, liars, psychopaths, and anti-Christian bigots. And the perverts are running this show. And I'm saddened about what happened. Since 2010, been about a 10,000% rise in the amount of young girls saying that they're trans. It used to just be a phenomenon amongst men. Now young teenage girls are doing it because they're following this social contagion. And now this social contagion has found itself in it's a money pit. Well, money just comes out and feeds it. If you want a transition, the government will pay for it. If you want a therapy, the government will pay for it. If you need drugs, the government will pay for it. If they won't pay for it, they'll make your insurance pay for it. And then you have these nefarious doctors who sit around and say, ooh, it's time for us to make money now. Every child that we can get to come to therapy, money. Every child we can get drugs to, money. Every child we can get an operating room, money. Every child we can get to take hormones, money. And then Democrats run on it and tell parents that these people are transphobic against your child and you should vote against them because we'll get them more money. And then as you get these children on these drugs that take their mind away, they go and shoot up churches and kill other children. And then many times they kill themselves. Suicide is the number one cause of death. It's an epidemic now amongst these children because of this. Suicide. Drug abuse, drug overdoses. Taking away these children. And the Democrats don't care. Tim Walz made Minnesota a trans safety haven. Telling children if your parent doesn't accept your transition, We'll hook you up with a family up here, a bunch of weirdos, and we'll send you a bus ticket, and you slip on the bus and come up here, and we'll fix it where they can't come take you back. Yeah, that's Tim Walz. He ran for vice president under Kamala Harris. He's going to be running for president. Y'all remember this. People, this is a sick society. It's a sick institution. In our Bible, when God was walking through the garden, and Satan had gotten into his garden, and it told Adam and Eve that they were naked. God didn't tell them. But when God walked through the garden in the cool of the day looking for Adam, and he asked Adam, said, Adam, where are you? Adam said, I'm hiding. God said, Adam, why are you hiding? And Adam said, because I'm naked. And God asked the question, who told you were naked? Who told you were naked? You have parents all over America now walking into their children's rooms, and the children are crying, and they're in despair, and they're in anxiety. And you ask them, what's going on, honey? And they say, well, I think I'm a girl, but I think I'm a boy. I think I'm transgender. And your father's going to say, who told you were transgender? I know I didn't. Who told you? If it's not the teacher at school, it's somebody on the internet. Mothers and fathers, y'all got to stay together for your children now, because these jokers are after them. It's going to take both of you to take care of them. It's going to take both of you to stay in their lives and look out for them. Because if you are divided, a divided house cannot stand, and they're coming after them. Y'all take care of your children. If you're not together, make sure both of you are with your children. You see them, you hug them, you talk to them, and you tell them who these people are. You tell them what they're trying to do. Both of you, talk to one another. Do not be unevenly yoked in this matter. Both of you, tell your child who's coming, how they're coming, when they're coming. Form a defense, put a wall of prayer and protection around them. And you will defeat them. I guarantee it. So let us stand together. Let us love one another. Let us forgive one another. Let us help our neighbors. Let us help these poor people. And I'm going to keep bringing this to you because I'm here to wake you up. And I hope I did you some good today. So join me again for another edition of the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, friends, Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website. And on my website, you're going to see a lot of great stuff, man. You're going to see that we got T-shirts, we got caps. You got my books, my documentaries. You got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new T-shirts. We're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it. Make it #1. If you got my first 3, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the T-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.